Instead of a debate, the candidates field separate questions in competing town halls. Good evening. I'm Christine Johnson.
I'm Maurice Dubois. Just 19 days before Election Day, and President Trump and former Vice President Biden made a primetime push for votes.
The town halls replaced tonight's second scheduled debate after it was canceled over concerns of the president's COVID-19 diagnosis.
CBS 2's Dick Brennan here now with what they had to say tonight. Dick.
Lots to say, Maurice. President Trump said originally no to what would have been tonight's virtual debate. There was some news. Mr. Trump says he may not have taken a coronavirus test the night of the first debate as required. Tonight, it was two town halls. The style's very different. The issue's much the same. There was no debate, just dueling town halls, but both President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden squared off on the issues. Front and center, the coronavirus.
I'm good with masks. I'm okay with masks.
But Mr. Trump, on the other hand, is not convinced that masks always work.
On the masks, you have two stories. You have a story where they want, a story where they don't want.
Joe Biden says he couldn't ask for a federal mask mandate, but
you can go to every governor and get them all in a room, all 50 of them as president, and say, ask people to wear the mask. Everybody knows.
On Obamacare, Biden says the president wants it wiped out and is convinced a newly configured Supreme Court will do it.
I think that also health care overall is very much in jeopardy. 10 million people have already lost their insurance from their employer, so there's a lot at stake.
President Trump says the best way to lower health care costs is to scrap Obamacare.
We'd like to terminate it, and we want a much less expensive health care that's a much better health care, and that's where we're aiming.
Mr. Biden acknowledged that his support of the 1994 crime bill was wrong.
Black folks went to jail a lot less than they would have before, but it was a mistake.
Mr. Trump firmly condemned white supremacy, but when asked to denounce QAnon, a group that touts fringe conspiracy theories, he pleaded ignorance.
I just don't know about QAnon. What I do hear about it is they are very strongly against pedophilia.
Both candidates were questioned about issues they haven't always given clear answers on. Joe Biden was asked if he was in favor of packing the Supreme Court, in other words, adding more justices.
No matter what answer I gave you, if I say it, that's the headline tomorrow. It won't be about what's going on now, the improper way they're proceeding.
But don't voters have a right to know where you stand?
They do have a right to know where I stand, and they'll have a right to know where I stand before they vote.
And President Trump was asked if he would agree to a peaceful transfer of power after the election.
And the answer is yes, I will. But I want it to be an honest election, and so does everybody else.
Now, President Trump acknowledged he owes $400 million, but called the debt peanuts compared to the vast number of properties he holds. Next week, an in-person debate is scheduled for Thursday night in Nashville. More of this. Christine and Maurice.
Okay, Dick, thank you.